the respondents. For Honorable Mr. Justice Alphonse Chigamoy Owinyi Dolo, Chief Justice. Honorable Lady Justice Dr. Esther Chitimbo Chisache. Honorable Lady Justice Stella Racha Moko. Honorable Mr. Justice Ruby Opio Aweri. Honorable Lady Justice Faith Esimonda. Honorable Mr. Justice Paulo Kaivari Mugamba. Honorable Mr. Justice Ezekiel Mohanguzi. Honorable Lady Justice Pasinaitu Haise. Honorable Mr. Justice Mike Chibita.
Just for the sake of record, the petitioner is also the applicant, so it is petitioner stroke applicant. Yes, Landed Attorney General.
Thank you very much, my Lord. My Lord, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, and my Lord, the Justices of the Supreme Court, my names are William Biaruhanga, the Attorney General of Uganda. My Lords, I represent the third respondent, and together with me, my Lords, is Mr. Francis Atoke, the Solicitor General, Ms. Christine Kagwa, the Acting Director of Civil Litigation, Mr. Martin Mwambusha, Commissioner Civil Litigation, and Mr. George Kalemera, Commissioner Civil Litigation, Mr. Richard Adrole, Principal State Attorney, Mr. Geoffrey Madete, Senior State Attorney, and Mr. Musota Brian, State Attorney, all together with whom we are representing the third respondent. The first respondent, my Lords, the first respondent is represented by Mr. Chiriowa Chwanuka, Mr. Edwin Karujire, Mr. Ebert Biencha, Mr. Ronald Tusingwire, and Mr. Esau Isingoma. Esau Isingoma. Esau Isingoma. My Lords, the second respondents are represented by Mr. Joseph Matsiko, Mr. Ellison Karuhanga, Mr. John Jet Tumwebaze, Mr. Alfred Okelo Oriem, and Mr. Eric Sabiti. The representatives from the representatives for the parties are Honorable Stephen Tashovia, who is a commissioner with the Electoral Commission, my Lords, and Mr. Oscar Kihika, who is Director Legal Affairs, NRM, representing the first respondent. Mr. Oscar Kihika.
I'm not seeing him.
They can't see you.
Okay, fine. No, we've seen him now.
Director Legal Affairs, my Lords. My Lords, the applicant, petitioner, is represented by Honorable Medad Rubega Segona and Mr. Sekanjako Abubakar. My Lords, we are here for the application, for the withdrawal, and my Lords, we are ready to proceed.
Lords, the Honorable the Chief Justice and the Honorable Justices of the Supreme Court, it's true as stated by the Attorney General in introducing us, but before we begin, I would like to be guided and to seek your indulgence on a matter of professional nature. I feel this I owe to court as an advocate. And my Lord, the issue is with respect to validity of practicing certificates, when we filed this petition in January, advocates were still enjoying the period of grace. On our part, we did apply to the Law Council to renew our certificates. And I think the Law Council, considering the numbers, is still processing the same. The period of grace has since expired with the passing of the month of February. And unfortunately, by the time the matter was fixed, they had not renewed our certificates. I should have raised this in chambers, but by the time I did consult the registry to have the matter heard in chambers, I think the time had lapsed and the court was ready to begin. I thought it is professional enough to raise it for your guidance and directions. It is not in our practice to operate outside the law, but we also cognizant of the fact that this matter requires an expeditious resolution. From our side, we feel this is a matter we ought to raise before proceeding for your guidance. May you find the pleasure, my lords, in guiding us. Thank you, my lords.
Two things. Maybe my learned sisters and brothers may say something also. Did you also advise your client, the petitioner, that you might have difficulties in court, so that it takes over the proceedings itself?
No, my lord. I did not, because by the time this crossed my mind or inquiry, the time was too short, and I did not.
And the second question is, you're fully aware, during my practice, I think the grace period went up to end of March, but of course things might have changed, I don't know. Did you take it up with the chief registrar that I am handling a matter of public importance, very important for my country, so that special considerations will be given to you and your team to proceed this petition?
No, my lord. With respect to March, my thinking was it was end of February. If it is end of March, then I will be in a more comfortable position.
No, I really don't know. Maybe I'll hear from your learned.
Yes, my colleagues may come in with the understanding of it. I'll be glad to hear. I did not take it up with the chief registrar because, like I have just said, it did not cross my mind then until later, the later part of yesterday, as I was going through this and preparing, that it crossed my mind. And I thought I would have to raise it.
Yeah. Learned Attorney General and your learned brothers, your learned friends.
Thank you very much, my lords. And I thank the Honorable Segona for being upright this time, at least as far as this matter is concerned.
My lord, I object to the this time bit.
Come again?
I object to the description of this time. I have always been upright, and that's me. And going on a judicial record.
I was just...
Attorney General can proceed.
Thank you. Yeah. So, my lords, of course, under the Advocates Act...
I hope, Attorney General, you said that in jest.
Absolutely. I mistakenly think that I'm often in jest with Segona.
I receive it with grace, my lord.
Okay, thank you.
So, my lords, as far as that is concerned, of course, the learned counsel is correct that you are supposed to have audience when you have a practicing certificate. It is also true, my lords, that there is a period of grace that is given. We are just trying to cross-check whether it's the end of March or the end of February. It's end of February, my lords. And my lord, you have already asked the question about whether there was some element of diligence in respect to that, and in respect to bringing that to the attention of the court. In these particular circumstances, my lords, we and because of the importance of this particular subject, we are happy to abide the court's decision on it, on whether they can continue to present or not.
Yeah, but learned Attorney General, does court have the either discretion or the authority to say we can ignore the fact that for this or that reason we can ignore the fact that you do not have, for those of you who do not have practicing certificate?
Yes, they're just looking at the specific law for me, but the issue was there is a grace period that is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
I want to confirm whether of course, if it is end of March, then he will be within the period. If it is the end of February, I'm hoping that thank you very much, my lord. We have not found any specific reference to this specific matter, but as I have said already, my lords, and on the basis that it is a public interest matter.
Just a moment, what haven't you found? There's no rule about the grace period?
No, there is a rule about the grace period, my lords. The grace period ends on 1st of March. The grace period ends
on 1st of March.
Yes.
Yes.
And therefore, we were trying to look for avenues.
Whether the court can dispense with the issue of...
Yes, yes. We have found some solace in the Judicature Act when we look at... and of course, for the record, the first, second, and third respondents all have theirs, my lord.
Come again,
the counsel for the counsel
for the
first respondent.
Mm-hmm.
And for the second respondent, they all have their practicing.
And also for the third, because you perpetually have it.
Yes.
Yes.
Thankfully.
So you should have begun with yourself, because yours is a matter of law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my lords, here we are looking at general provisions as to remedies under 33. We are proposing that the court shall, in the exercise of the jurisdiction vested in it by the Constitution, this act, or any written law, grant absolutely or on such terms and conditions as it thinks just all such remedies as any of the parties to a cause or matter is entitled to in respect of any legal or equitable claim brought before the court, so that as far as possible, all matters that are in controversy between parties may be completely and finally determined, and all multiplicities of legal proceedings concerning any of those matters be avoided. My lord, we are looking at this section as an avenue that the court may use, and its general powers.
And give audience to counsel who does not have the certificate? Is that what you're suggesting?
No. In the alternative, my lords, of course, we are going to suggest that if this court deems it fit, and on the assumption, as counsel has already said, on the assumption that the only item remaining was the registrar giving him clearances, that is presupposing that he has done everything else that needs to be done prior to that, then of course, my lord, we would have no objection to a short to a short adjournment for him to finalize with the registrar, and that this court resumes.
Yeah. Learned Counsel Lubega, how many people represent the petition? I see only 2 of you today. 3?
Yes,
on the record. How many?
For today, my lord, in this particular application, we are 3.
So henceforth, you intend that 3 of you prosecute the petition to the end now?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Learned Attorney General, this is the position of court. We think it would be unfair to the petitioner applicant to seek to bend the law. We would want to accommodate him, yes, but we, even in using our inherent power, which is conferred on us, the proper thing we'll do, which is the directive we are giving, we give you up to 5 o'clock today to obtain practicing certificate. And we're making it easy for you, in case you are not yet done the other things which are required. I'm directing the Chief Registrar to give you temporary practicing certificate that will expire on the 18th of this month for purposes of prosecuting this petition, so that the petitioner is not disadvantaged. We will resume tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning.